like 406 or something on the marker. But if we get to that house, we went too far. Hey folks, this is John with Ozarks Back Roads with you today. We're out on the mighty V-Strom here in the Ozarks. It's Christmas Eve. Gonna be 72 degrees today here in the Ozarks. So you don't get that every Christmas Eve, I can tell you. Got a buddy with me on the Super Tenere. We're out riding in the woods today. We've got a large area of sinkholes. There's two huge sinkholes up on top of a mountain or a high ridge where the top of the mountain is falling in. And we're gonna see if we can find that and hike onto it and maybe get some pictures of it, some video. But I think that dry creek bed we just went past is what we'll walk down to, and then it shows a trail going up on that mountain.
On mine it shows it stays up on the ridge pretty much the whole time.
Okay, cool. Less hiking that way. So we'll try this road. I believe this is pretty close to where we need to be. I'm just happy to be out of the world headquarters and out in the woods. You know, on Christmas Eve, you don't get to do that very often. So this is a real treat. Just a beautiful day going on. It's windier than a boatload of drunk fishermen, but you can't have everything. At least it's warm. Here we go. Well, we're going to take a walk. Get all sweaty now. Well, we made it to the first sinkhole out in the woods. And it's a pretty good one. Nice and deep. Haven't seen the bottom yet, but it runs away across. It looked to be 500 or 600 feet across on the Google Maps using the measurement tool. But get a little closer to the edge here and we'll see if we can see the bottom. So this is up on top of kind of a high ridge or a mountain, a small mountain. And this would have been a big, huge cave, a big chamber. It's migrated its way to the surface and then it fell in. So this hole kind of down in here kind of gives you an idea of the size that the chamber would have been when it was still underground. It'd be a lot more to look at there if the trees were gone, but you know, everybody and their brother would be here looking at it then. Yeah, this is a very impressive sinkhole. It's not the deepest I've ever seen, but it is extremely large. Well, here is the second sinkhole on the other side of the ridge from the first one. This one holds water in the bottom, apparently. Wonder if there's any sinkhole catfish in the bottom of that. We're going down in this one. I think you can't tell how steep it is, but it is extremely steep. This looks like the shallowest side here. I want to see what's in this water, if anything. There might be a fish in there, you never know. All right, well, I've made it to the bottom. This is the sump, or the bottom of the sinkhole. It's full of water. Got a lot of duckweed on it. Some brush growing in it, so it's probably not full of water year round, or maybe just this edge is. Got a lot of old trees that have succumbed to gravity here. We're in a heck of a hole here. If we look up, you can see some of the bluff or the side of the cave that would have, the chamber that would have been here. And it's just huge. About 1,000 feet across up there at the ridge, across to the other side. So that's a pretty good, they don't make sinkholes like this every day. But we're right in the bottom here. This is pretty neat. Here we are at the bluff. One of the bluffs at the top of the, about halfway up, I guess, out of the south side of the sinkhole. Got a tree growing on top of a rock there. That's pretty cool. Here's some of the top of that little bluff we were standing under. It goes on up. Got some ledges in it. Well, all I got to do is climb up this and I'm home free. How bad can this be? So those were some pretty cool sinkholes. Those were big ones. Those were really big ones. Probably hard to see on camera. I'm not expecting it to look really very impressive, but they were pretty big and pretty deep. I was regretting going to the bottom of that one I went in. It was pretty labor intensive getting climbed up out of there. But it was cool. I'm glad I went. I'm glad I know they're there. I might go back someday. I think if they cut the timber out of those holes, it would be a pretty cool attraction. I think people would come to see that. But as it is, you really can't see that much with all the timber in there. It's on national forest land. You don't see sinkholes that big every day. I'll follow you. We're gonna follow the big Tenere. He knows where we're going. I don't. Scott's got him a pretty nice Tenere right there. I think he said it was a 2013 model. That thing just chugs. It'll go about anywhere. I was pretty impressed with it on its ability to go through the woods and the creeks and across in the gravel and stuff and the rough ground. Well, it does a pretty good job. And it doesn't seem to be that heavy for him. Of course, he's a tall fella. He's got long legs, but it doesn't get him down. Well, you can hear that Delcovic muffler. Kind of nice to be able to tell the motor's running, you know. Sometimes with the stock muffler, you kind of wonder, man, did this thing die? I can't hear anything. I'm not too sure that muffler didn't give this thing a little more giddy up and go. Seems like it gets up to speed awful quick. That could just be my imagination, but yeah. I don't know. I got a feeling my back tire's not going to last as good as it has been. This new muffler on here. We got some horses. Some old government rock work there. Used to be a lake down here. They blew the dam out. No more lake. We're going to take a ride down along the creek here and see how far we can get. Oh, there's a spring in there.
Yeah.
Looks like the dam might have been right back there.
Top of that hill, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of, some of it's still there. It looked like it. Yeah, there's a spring here, somewhere up here.
Yeah.
Watercress in the creek. I'm gonna walk up here real quick. I wanna see if this was the old dam site. This will be the old dam. What's left of it. That's kind of neat. That is some clear water. Yeah, there's some concrete in here. This may have been the old spillway from before. Some big rocks over here. Yeah, this is all concrete. So this is what's left of the old dam. Well, that's kind of neat. Bennett Lake's not very big. Well, that wasn't too spectacular, but it's the most spectacular I've done today, I guess. There we go. Another picnic table. They want to be sure you get plenty of lunch around here. We're heading back towards the river here. Is it handlebar deep? 3 or 4 feet? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Whew, Ozark back roads about took a swim right there. Huh. Well, the new kickstand survived. Looks like the camera, that's going to look really good on. Oh man, you had a windshield injury.
Yeah, my hand knocked it off.
Oh. Well, super glue. That sucks. Right around the mounts.
Yeah.
Right through the bolt holes. Oh man. Well, there's 2 of us. And it is uphill, so that helps. We're going to continue on after we both got muddy and try not to do it again. Get out of this hayfield. And we both slid in the same rut and couldn't get out. And that was all she wrote. I don't want to go down twice, and I sure don't want to go down on these stobs the brush hogs left behind. Those are going to hurt. If you get stuck on one of them. Whew. Well, that's 2 for the day. Well, folks, we survived the trip across the boggy bottom. Only took 2 spills today. First 2 spills I've had on the V-Strom out on the trail, but it seems to be fine. The side case took most of the impacts on both of those, so those are fine. You can always pound them back out if they get a little bent out of shape. We got to see pretty cool sinkholes, some big ones. You don't see them that big every day. They're full of timber, hard to really get. I'm sure they don't look that great on camera, but they were pretty big sinkholes. Got down in the bottom of one and then wished I hadn't went down in it when it was time to climb back up. It was pretty rough, but I got my old butt up out of there. So it's Christmas Eve here in the Ozarks, 72 degrees. That don't happen every day either. So today's been, you know, a lot of firsts for today. I invite you all to come back and see me. We'll go somewhere and do something else. Till I catch up with you again, you all take care of yourselves. We'll catch you next time.